freshman creed is a little thing that they made us all memorize when I was in ninth grade at DeSoto High School in Texas to help us all memorize the key signatures for our major scales. You have to know all your major scales to learn to read music properly, and the thing that makes one scale different from another is the key signature. So the freshman creed is an organized list of key signatures. And when I was in ninth grade, they made us all memorize this, and then at random, any of the upperclassmen in marching band could come up and ask us to recite this, and we had to recite it in under a minute. And it sounded like this. Order sharps, F, C, G, D, A, B. Order flats, B, A, D, G, C, F. 1 sharp, G, 2 sharp, D, 3 sharp, A, 4 sharp, E, 5 sharp, B, 6 sharp, F sharp, 7 sharp, C sharp. 1 flat, F, 2 flat, B flat, 3 flat, D flat, 4 flat, A flat, 5 flat, D flat, 6 flat, G flat, 7 flat, C flat, no sharp, C. Now if you couldn't do that, well, then they'd make you do something funny like roll a donut with your nose or crawl around and say beep beep I'm a Jeep. But it helped us all learn this, and it was fun, and it was a tradition at our school. Now the freshman creed, to explain it, starts off with the order of sharps. Now the order of sharps, that's going to tell you which sharps are going to be in the key signature. For example, since the first sharp in the order of sharps is F, that means that if there's one sharp in the key signature, it'll be an F sharp. The second sharp is C, so if there's two sharps in the key signature, it'll be an F sharp and a C sharp, and so on. The order of flats, same thing with flats. The first flat is B, so if there's one flat in the key signature, it'll be a B flat. Second flat is E, so if there's two flats, it'll be a B flat and an E flat, and so on. Now the number of sharps is there to tell you how many sharps are in each scale. For example, 1 sharp G means there's 1 sharp in the G scale. 2 sharps D means there's 2 sharps in the D scale, and so on. Same with the number of flats. 1 flat F, that tells us there's 1 flat in the F scale. 2 flats B flat, that tells us there's 2 flats in the B flat scale. So the number of sharps and flats tells us how many sharps and flats are in the scale. The order of sharps and flats tells us which ones. And then the last one at the bottom, no flat, no sharp C, that tells us that there's no sharps, no flats in the C major scale. Now, the way we memorized this when I was in school is we came up with little sentences to go along with the orders. For example, the order of sharps, we learned the sentence, Fat Charlie gets donuts at every bakery. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Now with the order of flats, we always remembered it as BEAD, B-E-A-D, greatest common factor is what we thought. You guys are welcome to come up with sentences on your own. That's just the way we did it. BEAD, greatest common factor. Also notice that the order of sharps and the order of flats is exactly the opposite of one another. Right? The order of flats is the same as the order of sharps, only backwards. With the number of sharps, the sentence we used was, good dogs are even better freshly clean. So 1 sharp G is good, 2 sharp D is dogs, and so on and so on. You just have to take note on the number of sharps that 6 sharp is F sharp, 6 sharps is the F sharp scale, and 7 sharp is the C sharp scale. So we don't want to say 6 sharp F because the F scale doesn't have 6 sharps, it has 1 flat. So 6 sharp is F sharp, 7 sharp is C sharp. And then for the number of flats, what we noticed first of all is that all of the flat scales start with flat notes except for the first one, 1 flat F. The rest of them start with flat notes, B flat, E flat, A flat. The other thing we noticed about the number of flats is it's the same order as the order of flats, B greatest common factor, except F is at the beginning instead of the end. So we just thought of it as factor, B greatest common. Also, don't forget no sharp, no flat C at the end. Don't forget no sharp, no flat C. That's one of the scales too. Lots of my students leave that one off. So your goal now is to memorize the freshman creed and recite it in under 1 minute. 60 seconds, less than 60 seconds, so that you commit it to memory. So anytime in the future you're not sure of a key signature, you can just go through the freshman creed again, figure out the number of sharps or flats and which ones there are, and then you can use your scale procedure from our previous lessons to learn that new scale.